Hey. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm tangled in my thing. Hi. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Slow Flow Sunday. It's Leah in Finding Clarity. How's everybody feeling today? Excited? That's how we reframe fear. It's excitement. Can feel really scary, like not knowing what's going on, what's coming next. All those things can feel really scary. But one thing you can do is come at it with this attitude of curiosity, come at it with this attitude of excitement. I can't wait to hear about what happens next. I know and I trust that everything is going exactly the way it's supposed to go. It does feel really scary because it's about something that makes people sick too. So that can feel really scary because it's dangerous. And when you don't know about something like that, that can feel really, really scary. So that's okay too. Obviously, you guys know I'm all about allowing the fear, especially if you were here for the nooner. Today, I want to make sure everybody has your props. We have folded blankets. I have two. You might need two. A block and a cushion. And you may need more than one cushion, depending on where your body's at today. If you haven't been moving, if you've been sitting a lot and you're not stretching and you're tight, then it might be challenging. So hold on. Hot tea is the key, people. We're going to start sitting. So everybody get your folded blanket and sit upon it. And find an easy seated pose. So my easy seated pose may not look like your easy seated pose. My easy seated pose is like a crisscross applesauce type thing. You may feel more comfortable with your legs straight. If you feel hunched over, if you feel a little bit like you're into this flexion, you need to raise the level of your bootay. So get another folded blanket. And if your knees don't come to the floor in a seated position, that's okay. They don't have to. But if it feels uncomfortable, if you're here and you feel like you're really straining, get some blocks. I have several. Hold on. Let me grab another one. Oh, so I can show you. Boom. Okay. So I didn't have to clean up the yoga room today. So there's like just props everywhere. Whatever. You can put them under your knees like this. So is that showing up? I think that's showing up. So you can sit nice and tall and relax your knees on something. If you need to go even higher, you can go even higher. And if you don't have blocks, use cushions, couch cushions, pillows off your bed. It doesn't matter. The dog, as long as he's still, it's fine. Okay. So what I want you to do today is sit up nice and tall. Feel this sense of your ribs being directly over your pelvis, your shoulders being aligned over your ribs. Is that in a good place? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm going to move the camera. I'm sorry. Just go ahead and let yourself get set up there in that seated position. And then we're going to take a mudra, which is a hand motion. We're going to have our hands in a certain position. And all that is it's like my mentor, Lisa Ware, calls it yoga for your hands. And it is. It is. But the one that we're going to do in particular is just a connecting. We'll just think of it like connecting. So you're going to take your finger and your thumb and put them together. You've seen this with meditators all the time. Okay. That's a little better. And then you're going to turn it so that your fingers are facing down, your palms are facing down, and you're going to set your hands over your knees. This is a grounding posture. And that's what we're going to do first. So we're just going to sit here for a moment, do a little breath work, do a little grounding, and a little sense of kind of understanding our bodies a little bit more, maybe. And then we're going to move. We're going to move our spine. And I'll explain why in just a second. So close your eyes, bring your awareness into your breath. Let it just move naturally. Feel your bottom connecting down to the blanket that you're sitting on, down to the hard ground beneath that. Feel that connection. Feel that gravity holding you down to the earth, keeping you stable, keeping you secure. No matter what is going on around you, the earth will always catch you when you fall. Gravity will always hold you down. Sometimes we just have to get aware of it. So if you find yourself up in your head, thinking a lot, overthinking a lot, worry, things like that, feel some gravity. Feel the pull down to the planet that we live on, that beyond live on, that we are a part of. And tune into that sense. Let that ground you into the earth. Take a deep inhale, letting your rib cage expand. Exhale, let everything come out. Exhale completely. Inhale. Pause when you get to the top of your breath. And then exhale completely. Inhale. Pause when you get to the top of your breath. And then exhale. Exhale completely. And this time I want you to pause when you get to the bottom of your exhale too. Hold in that space. Hold in that place where you have completely emptied all of your air and you're holding. And it starts to get uncomfortable. But you trust that your body is functioning and you can take a breath again when you need it. And then inhale. And let's do a couple of big ones. Let's take our hands up. Inhale, arms all the way out to the side. Take lots of space. Arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, open. Again, inhale, arms up. Reach them apart. Reach them above you. And exhale. Make weird noises. It feels good. Inhale. And then just take a little pause. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body feels. And then I want you to notice your structure. When you're sitting like this, or when you're standing up, your spine is straight up and down. Got the bottom on the ground, belly, guts, heart in the middle, and then your head where you think, where your mind thinks, and is at the top. So it's like this perfect alignment from earth to sky. I don't know of any other animals that are like that really are like that stand perfectly upright like that. We are so gifted and so blessed to be this vessel that can carry between the earth and the sky on the planet that we're on and we're of, So just notice that. Close your eyes. You can take your mudra again. And with that sense, I want you to start moving that spine. We're going to inhale, lift the chest. Lift the head, lift the chin. Exhale, curl back down. Take the bottom part of the front of your rib cage, Push it towards your back. Let your shoulders drop forward, chin to chest. Inhale, open, lift. Exhale, round. You can start very small here and let yourself get bigger with your breath. Take long, deep breaths, expanding on your inhale. Exhale, letting yourself contract and round. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more times. Hips into it. Rolling the front hip points anteriorly as you inhale, open. Exhale, feel your tailbone pressing down, your pubic bone pulling up as you crunch through the front side body and open the back side body. Exhale. Inhale. Feeling that erector spinae along your spine activate. Exhale. Inhale, come back nice and tall. Exhale here. Now we're going to make some circles. Inhale to the front and exhale around. Just your rib cage, and inhale back around to the front. Exhale around as you head to the back. Inhale back around as you come to the front. If this is uncomfortable on your low back, because this is a lot of sitting, try elevating your hips some more. Exhale back. Inhale to the front. Let's go the other direction. Exhale back. Inhale to the front. Exhale back. Inhale. One more time around. Exhale back, and then we'll inhale right into center. And notice how that feels. Now we're going to just sway, just like a little side to side. Doesn't have to be with any breath pattern. It doesn't even have to look cute. You can just kind of awkwardly, robotically rock from side to side. But I want you to notice your spine. Think of it like a snake slithering. Notice how it feels. Again, if this is really uncomfortable on your low back, you can stop, lay on your back with your knees bent and just wait there. Or you can elevate your hips some more. Now we're going to come back to center. And we're going to just side fold over to the side. Lateral flexion. Exhale over. You don't have to go very far. Just stay here for a moment, noticing the opposite side body opening up. Noticing the places where you want to hold tension. So you want to really tune into your body here. Notice what it's doing. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to the other side. Same thing. Notice. Inhale to come up. Exhale here. Close your eyes. Going to take a very gentle twist, just bringing your opposite hand to the shin of the opposite leg and opening up to one side. Maybe the other hand comes slightly out behind the hip. Gentle, gentle twisting. Going to do a lot of stretching today, people. Coming back to the center before switching sides. Keep it nice and gentle. Inhale back to center. And just notice how your spine feels. Let's open our chest. Take your hands, reach them back behind you. Maybe you can clasp your fingers together. Maybe not. Either way, that's okay. Just reaching that sternum towards the ceiling. Keeping your chin slightly tucked. We're not dropping the head back. And then release. We're going to take a child's pose here. So what I'd like you to do is, if child's pose is not your favorite, I want you to try propping. We're going to be here for just a moment as we kind of settle in, even do some meditating. So you can take a blanket, put it under your knees. It might be more comfortable for you to take your knees apart. It might be more comfortable for you to put your knees together. I can reach all the way over and down. This is actually very comfortable for me. So one thing that you might want to do here, if this is not comfortable for you, is prop up underneath your chest. You can go right between your knees. Put your belly and your chest onto a blanket. A pillow. And then just let your head fall over. Another option, grabbing a block for your head. Okay. And you can take your knees farther apart if you want to, or bring them closer together. Child's pose is one of those things that it's considered a rest pose, but it's really just not comfortable for everybody. Some people have knee issues. If you have knee issues and having your knees bent this way is very uncomfortable, or you find yourself here because your knees just don't bend any more than that, you can take cushions or blankets and put them across your calf and kind of sit on those instead so that you can still find a restful pose. So find a resting pose is all I'm trying to say. Rest into your child's pose here. And if you can, put your forehead directly on the ground, do that. If you can't, and you're using a block, or you're using two fists under, or your hands under, whatever, that's fine. Set the intention, or use your imagination, that your head is directly onto the ground. And even, we're inside, or we're on a mat, or we're on a carpet. So our head isn't directly on the earth anyway. So let's imagine that it is. In this posture of complete humble servitude and gratitude to the earth, you place your forehead, your brow, right onto her surface. Close your eyes and imagine that your head is on the earth, onto the dirt or the grass. And then what I want you to imagine is that all your worries, all your troubles, all your fears, all your obsessive thinking, the things that keep running around in your head, are falling down through that contact point on your brow into the earth below. Remembering that the earth is here to support you, which means that she can take your worries. So just send them all right down into the earth. You can picture it even like words falling through your forehead, down through the ground below. And we're going to take a few breaths here doing that practice. Feel free to continue to make adjustments in your child's pose. If you start to get uncomfortable and you need to move, move. Slowly and gently, we're going to inhale to come back up.
and bring ourselves up into a 4-point stance. So moving your props, if you have any, out of the way. And when you come into your 4-point stance, make sure your fingers are nice and wide. Your wrists are, generally speaking, underneath your shoulders, and your knees are, generally speaking, under your hips. And I like to touch my big toes together, making sure that the tops of your feet are on the floor, not tucked under, the tops of your feet. If this is uncomfortable on your wrists at any point, you can put a folded blanket under there. Another thing that works really well if your wrists start to get sore is to take them a little bit farther apart or a little bit farther ahead of your shoulders. That's fine too. So normally when we do this posture, I tell you not to move your pelvis at all. But today we're really going to dig into the spine, so we're going to do all the things. We will take it easy on the wrists though. So starting with just the hips. Just the hips. Don't move your shoulders. Inhale, curl your tailbone up towards the sky. You have to turn on your glutes to do this. Exhale, tucking it under. Inhale. Long, deep breaths. Exhale. You could be moving faster than me or slower, but don't go at double time or anything. Inhale. This is not twerking. This is opening up through the lumbar spine. Exhale. You have to crunch the low belly when you tuck your tailbone down. Inhale. Activate the glutes. Feel them pulling up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Pressing that tailbone down towards the earth. Pull your pubic bone towards your navel. Squeeze the belly. Let's do one more round. Inhale. And exhale. Return to a neutral spine. Remembering neutral spine is where your tailbone reaches long. Pubic bone is going to come up slightly towards the navel. Navel is lifting towards the spine. So this is not neutral. This is neutral. Okay, so there is an activation going on. Now holding your pelvis where it is. On your next inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. As you exhale, just bring the chin down towards the chest. Open up through the scapula. The shoulder blades are going to separate like you're pressing the floor away. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest.
Scapula squeeze together. Press down your back. Exhale.
Inhale, lift. Exhale, opening up across the back of the thoracic spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. This time we're going to inhale, lift.
And exhale, slide back. So your hips come over your heels, your elbows go down, and you find a little gentle child's pose here. We're not going to be here as long. We're just going to give our wrists a little break. So if you need to move your hands, shake out your wrists or squeeze your fingers. And we're going to pause here and just notice how that felt. Notice not only how your spine feels from doing that isolation of just moving the hips and then just moving the shoulders, but how do you feel about that? Are you being hard on yourself? Do you feel really good? Do you feel really confident in your ability? Did it feel unique and different? Like, oh, I've never moved myself in that way? Just notice how you feel about it. On your next inhale, coming back up. Finding this strong core here and the arm placement that works best for you. So if your wrists are starting to get sore, make some adjustments. And then we're going to pretend like we have a big spoon hanging down from the navel, and we are hovering over a big pot of stew. It's actually a really good day for a big pot of stew. I wish I was hovering over a big pot of stew. And we're going to stir it. So you're going to go around and back down. So your hips will come closer to your heels. You have to bend your elbows to come forward and back down. Maybe you want to shift your hand placement. We're not really going into much extension and flexion. There's a little bit of flexion when you come back and a little bit of extension when you go forward. But we're not being super dramatic here with that. So keeping a mostly neutral spine. Go the other direction. Proper stirring is both ways, of course. I don't really know that that's true. But it's important to your spine and your hips and your shoulders, which should be feeling pretty juicy right about now. And notice that the more that you do this, the looser that your joints will start to get. That may not be the best way to say that, but the more at ease they feel. And then coming back to center, finding that neutral spine. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale all the way back down to child's pose.
As you inhale, draw up through your navel, keeping your head down, finding the steep flexion.
And then lift the head, lift the chest. Coming over like you're putting a little bit more weight in your fingertips. Exhale, rounding back.
All the way down. Inhale, keep that flexion first.
Then lift the head, lift the chest. Exhale.
Just kind of a little bit of extra on the spine here today. Inhale.
And exhale.
One more time. Inhale.
Exhale back.
And this will be our last moment here in child's pose. So just take a couple breaths. Notice how it feels. We're going to make our way up to a standing position.
Coming up on an inhale. Moving your props out of the way. Very good. Could not find a hair thing anywhere today. So, really wishing I had one of those. It's fine. It's fine. Certainly not going to the store to get one, though. So noticing you're standing, your feet generally under your hips generally over your feet. And then notice again that your spine lifts you straight up. Your head faces the sky. Your booty and your feet are on the ground. We're like, what am I trying to think of? An antenna, you know, between earth and sky. How amazing. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, soften the shoulders, keep the hands up. Soften your knees. Curl your tailbone so it reaches down for the earth and your belly is firm. Your navel pulls back towards your spine just slightly. So we're not in this. We're not this. Okay. We're this. You see? I did not maybe wear a good shirt for this. That's okay. So we want to make sure we're in this really good alignment. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that while standing, or just look down and feel like the antenna. This connection. Earth and sky and you right there in the middle. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands back down. Very nice. Let's take our feet a little bit farther apart. Maybe shoulders or a little bit past. Turn your feet so your toes are just slightly facing out. Inhale, arms come up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, sink it down. Keeping your palms together, press them in towards each other. Just slightly. With a little bit of space. So our thumbs are not up against our breastplate. There's a little bit of space, like we're making a little circle here. And the tailbone is going straight down. Again, we're not twerking. Let me show you from the side what I mean. We aren't here. We are here. Okay? Belly has to be firm. Maintaining this integrity of this long spine. Earth to sky. Right? And we're just going to hold this. Sorry. But we're just going to hold this. This is a great tension release. Just imagine all of the tension floating down through your body and out through the bottoms of your feet. And breathe. Squeeze your pelvic floor. I went for a little bike ride with my kids yesterday. They wanted to show me this place where they'd been playing, and they didn't tell me the whole way there was uphill. Oh my God, I thought I was going to die. So this is kind of killing me today. But that's all right, because we're going to maintain and hold. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, straighten your knees, lift your hands up. Exhale, go ahead and bring your arms out to the side, hinge at the hips, soften the knees, and come all the way down.
You can relax here. Maybe you want to hold your elbows and really let gravity do its thing, keeping your knees nice and soft, no big deal. Maybe you need to shift, a little hip sway side to side, that's fine too. Listen to your body. And if you're really struggling to get down there and you're not going very far and it feels really uncomfortable, grab a block and support yourself. Or a cushion, or the edge of a frickin' table. What do you call those? Coffee tables? Whatever you gotta do. A chair. Now we're going to inhale. Bring your arms out to the side, finding a flat back, a nice long spine. Then lift all the way up. Arms come up. As we exhale, we're going to bring the right hand down to the left foot, or left shin, or left knee. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, left hand to the right, knee, shin, foot. Inhale all the way back up. You see what we're doing. Keep going. Exhale down. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Let's do one more time each side. Exhale down. Take your time, but you might be moving a little bit faster or a little bit slower than me. And on each time down, see how much farther you can go. Maybe you can go a little bit farther, maybe not. Either way, it's totally fine. Just notice where you're at. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, bring your hands down and walk your feet together. And pause. I'm all tangled up in my cord here. All righty. Notice how your back feels. Notice how your side bodies feel, your shoulders, your hips, and your hands. See if you can feel that tingle, that energy, that life force flowing through you. Now we're going to kind of clear our space a little bit, all right? I'm going to turn sideways so you can really see what I'm doing, but you do not have to be sideways to do it at home. Keeping your feet together. You can have them a little bit wider if that's more comfortable for you.
Soften your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up, maybe a little bit of a back bend, not much. Exhale, scoop it all the way forward. Swing your arms all the way back up. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down.
Now this one we can move a little bit faster. Couple more times. Inhale up.
Hold your hands up. Feeling that connection from your feet to your hands, earth to sky. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Very good. Let's go ahead and lay on your back. Just lay all the way down on your back. Bend your knees. Feet flat on the floor. Have your block or a folded blanket nearby. And your cushion nearby. Have all your props nearby. Always have your props nearby. And just notice, allow your spine to settle into this new position. Notice how your body feels going from standing up, being all woo rowdy, to laying down. Let your breath settle. Bring your knees up, hands on your knees. Inhale. As you exhale, let your knees float towards your chest, elbows soften. Inhale, knees float away. Ribs expand, lots of space, belly soft. Exhale, belly firms, knees to chest, elbows soften. Inhale, open. Again, using your breath to move here, going at your own pace. Taking deep inhales and deep exhales. And then maybe after you release that, you want to kind of rock a little from side to side. Across the sacrum is nice. Just from one side of the pelvis to the other. And now we're going to set the left knee, or the left foot, down, and bring the right ankle and cross it over the left knee. And this is a big hip opener stretch, and I think that's so important right now. We've done a lot of spinal work today, but really opening up the hips, because we do hold a lot of tension in our hips, and this is a fulcral point for the body. So I'm rocking. You can rock a little bit here if you want to just start to ready your hips. We're gonna open up, okay? It's time. And maybe you want to just press the knee. Keep that foot flexed. Soften through the belly, making lots of space. Then picking up the left foot off the ground. You can stay right here like this. If you want to, thread your right hand through the little hole and clasp your hands behind your left knee. I like to use my elbow against the knee that's bent. Well, they're both bent. Right elbow against right knee. And then pull in. So this may feel really drastic for you, and that's okay. If you can't quite reach through to the left leg, you can just keep your left foot on the ground.
if you're feeling super flexy and you want to take this even further, that's possible. You can just grab that right foot and pull it in towards your chest. And if you really want to go farther, take the left leg down to the ground. Mine does not go down to the ground. That's as far as it goes. That's just what it do. I'd have to bend my knee, and there it is. It just don't go. That's all right. This is where I'm at. And this is really plenty for me. Doing great. Now from where we are here, we're going to twist. So releasing a little bit, especially if your foot is down on the ground, that's fine. You don't have to be super flexy in your glute med to be able to do this. So from here, keeping this leg package where it's at, we are going to roll to the left with the bottom half of the body. What's going to happen is the outside of the left leg lands on the ground and the bottom of the right foot lands. So the right knee stays up, right? And if you don't make it all the way down, that's fine too. That's why we have all these delicious props over here. You put a big cushion up underneath you and you land on that instead. That's fine too. Just noticing where your body is. What you want to make sure is that the right shoulder stays contacting the earth. You can bring your arm out to a T. And this hand, we can actually push the knee away or reach down and grab the right ankle. And just rest here. I know this is a little bit more yoga-y than this class is used to. This is a lot of stretching. But I just really felt like that's what we needed to do today. Especially if everybody's been just kind of like feeling that collective anxiety, that collective nervousness. Just kind of stretching, just opening up those joints, opening up those pathways. Okay, bringing it back up through center. And release the right leg. Go ahead and straighten it all the way out and give it a little shake. Coming back up to both legs bent, we'll pause. Notice how that feels. Now we'll take the other ankle over. Again, just warm it up a little bit. Here we go. It's time. Maybe you just want to press against that knee. It's totally fine. You can stay like this. Or you can lift up the right leg and grasp behind the right knee-ish. And then maybe you want to go a little deeper, grabbing this leg, holding it, and bringing the other leg all the way out. Oh my God, this one doesn't go either. This is really, when you straighten this other leg, it's really about the hip flexor on the other side, and my hip flexors are apparently tight. And that's okay. I may need to pop in here. I bet everybody's hip flexors are tight. They're naturally pretty tight. We may need to do a hip flexor class. Might be able to make time for that. Granny's doing okay out there. I like this better. So, since all of this business, my person who comes to help with my mom hasn't been coming. And
it's been kind of nice, to be back in touch with all of that work, and then to kind of just recognize how much I appreciate her and everything that she does. Sometimes I think she does a little too much. She goes a little over the top, and that's okay if she wants to do that. Set the other foot down so we can twist. But it's nice sometimes when you don't see people for a little while as a reminder to how much you do appreciate them. Sending that whole leg package over to the right, outside of the right leg, and the bottom of the left foot. And then maybe you press that knee away. Maybe reach down and grab the ankle. Maybe none of those things, and that's okay too. Also, maybe you have a cushion under there. Very gently, bringing yourself back up to center. Release the left leg, straighten it out, give it a little shake. Bend your knee and check in. How does that feel? How do your hips feel? Let's do a little bit of bridging. And we're going to do some legs up the wall. So taking your hips down by your feet, by your hips, reaching your fingers towards your feet. You want your heels about your own foot's distance away from your sits bones. Ground down through all four corners of the feet. On your next inhale, press and lift the hips. Just go up about a third of the way. Exhale, roll back down. Take your time. Inhale, press and lift about halfway. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press and lift, full extension. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press and lift halfway. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, press and lift a third. Exhale, roll down. Knees to chest. Set your feet back down. Engage your palms to the floor, finding all four corners of the feet. Inhale, press and lift a third. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press and lift halfway. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press and lift, full extension. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press and lift halfway. Exhale, roll down. And inhale, press and lift a third. Exhale, roll it down. We're going to do it one more time. Bring your knees to your chest. Take a moment. Set it back down. Now remember, I'm not getting out a protractor. So you don't have to go a whole, like an actual third. Just inhale, lift a little bit. Exhale, roll it back down. Probably should have clarified that first. Don't stress about whether it's exactly a third or a half. Inhale, lift a little bit more. Exhale, roll it down. We're taking deep breaths here. So as you inhale, lift full extension. We're inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Exhale, roll it all the way down. Inhale about halfway. way down. Inhale, lift a little bit. Exhale, roll it down. Oh, so nice. Oh, so nice. Knees to chest. And now you can rock it out, making circles. Go from side to side. Go from front to back. Whatever works for you. And then we're going to put our feet in the air. So hold on. You have a couple of options here. Take a moment. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your quads feel, how your glutes feel. Send them love. Send them gratitude. And feel that energy flowing through your body. Option 1, just take your feet, put them up. That's perfectly fine. Option 2, take a folded blanket or towel. Something kind of firm, not like a cushion, and smallish. That's not very high. Press and lift in your little bridge and put this under your sacrum to elevate just a little bit, and then take your feet up. Option 3, grab your block. Press and lift. Place the block under the sacrum. And then put the feet up. Okay, I'm going to stay here like this, finding whatever works for you. And we're going to hold this for a minute. Not a literal minute. Longer than that. This is such a great way to reduce stress. Oh my God, we should all be doing this every day. Oh, at the end of the day, just go put your feet up against the wall. You could do this up against a wall. You're at home. You could do this against a chair. Just bring your feet down onto the chair if that's easier for you. Just get your feet up over your heart, up over your head. Drains the lymphatic system. Makes things just work better. And it just reduces the stress. And who doesn't need a little bit of that right now? You know, I mean, put your phone down and just put your feet up against the wall. Close your eyes. And when you're laying on your back like this, you could do the same thing we did at the start of our practice when we were in our child's pose and we had our forehead on the ground. This time we have the back of the head down. So say you want to do this at bedtime, put your feet up against the wall, and then start to picture all the worry in your mind, all of the thoughts going racing 90 to nothing through your head, falling out through the back of your head where it contacts the earth and just falling right into the earth. Doesn't matter. All of that stuff. It comes through and then it goes back out again. None of it matters. Just be with your body. Just be here in this moment right now. On your mat, feet up in the air, and breathe. Bring your feet back down slowly, slowly, slowly. If you have a prop underneath you, press and lift, remove it, then bring your knees up to your chest. Take a few moments. Any last movement that you feel like you need to take so that you can relax into your Shavasana. Turn your palms to face up. And rest. I'm going to sit up. You stay laying down. Giving your body this moment to relax and to rest after stretching and working is so important. Do not skip it. Do not pass by. Bring your awareness into your feet, letting them relax and release up into your shins and your calves and your knees, up to the top part of your legs. Release from the thighs into your hips, around your glutes, your low belly. Let's go completely. Release around the navel and the upper belly, into your chest. Notice how when you let go of anything you're holding on to, your breath continues. You're not doing it. You can let go. Relax through your arms, down to your fingertips. Focusing on one arm and then the other. Letting them sink, letting them melt into the floor. And then your shoulders. Seeing if you can't release any tension you're holding there, just 5% more. Relax the neck, relax the throat. Soften the jaw and the cheeks and the eyes and the brow. Taking a moment here, and we'll send some gratitude to the body for all that it is capable of right now, exactly where it is. Gratitude for your motivation to do a class today. And then bring your awareness into your breath. Feel your breath coming in. Feel your breath going out. And I would like for you to stay in your Shavasana meditation for as long as your day will allow you. The nice thing about not being here in the studio is you don't have to get up and leave. You can just stay. So give yourself that chance, give yourself that time. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. It is such an honor to serve.